Welcome back. Now, the University of Cape Town has launched a groundbreaking Khoi and San Centre, and the centre will reflect erased or even marginalised indigenous knowledge, rituals and language across the university, as well as its communities. Now, Pre-colonial and Heritage Studies researcher at UCT, that's June Bam-Hutchison, joins me now via Zoom to give us more details. June, a very warm good morning to you. Thank you so much for your time. And it's been quite exciting, I have to say, to learn about this Khoi and San Centre. Give us just more details around what you aim to do with this particular centre.
Well, the centre is going to try and restore the lost archives. Through colonialism and apartheid, we've lost languages, we've lost knowledges, we've lost ways of knowing, we've lost our archives dispersed all over the world. And so it's to restore that lost archive through educational programs, through exploring different ways of knowing, different knowledges that women hold, knowledges that have never been mainstreamed, that have been at the margins, languages along with those knowledges, because it's an entire ecology, right? So it's not just languages on their own, it's the ecology of that loss. And so through, organic intellectuals, our partnerships with the community, the Tara Restorative Justice Forum at the Centre for African Studies, a wide range of traditional leaders, community activists, political activists, civic activists, and academics in the inclusivity across the disciplines. And that is what we need to do to restore what has been lost.
Yeah. And June, just out of curiosity, has it been quite a difficult journey, unearthing and trying to source some of those lost, heritage or even, sites or artisans or gems, tangible or intangible, example, knowledge, when it comes to the Khoi and the San?
Very, very difficult, because people have been alienated from this knowledge. So we have a vast archive that has been basically white scholarship. And so there's an existing archive of what has been theorized and validated. And that's important knowledge. But the people themselves are sitting with an archive that is out there on the Cape Flats and regions not associated with this pre-colonial history, in the various rituals around water, around plants, in words that have survived, in misunderstandings of our entanglement, so that is the difficulty. It's difficult, but we find that through oral tradition, through the stories, through collecting stories in the diversity across the region and large landscape, we actually get to those knowledges. So we're quite anxious because, people die. Those are our libraries that are dying, and those archives, it's ordinary people sitting with that knowledge. So we're shifting from the university being the space that holds knowledge. It's the only space that holds knowledge. Yes, it holds knowledge, of course, but there's a vast archive of knowledges that have not been theorized and included.
Well, June, thank you so much for your time. And I have to say, this is really groundbreaking. And may we continue to preserve this heritage, this literature, this knowledge, and this history. Thank you so much for joining me. June Bam-Hutchison from UCT.